Can I ask you one question? I understand that the topic of sanctions, but Pokrovsk is important today. What is the situation there?
As of the morning,
Encirclement?
Russia says the same thing. I beg you very much. I was in some of the offices. Geometrically different. And I saw different maps. I saw a map of the fighting in Ukraine, which looks, let's say, strange. And I also saw other maps. That is, for some reason we have different maps of real combat operations in Ukraine. Why in Russia, that's clear, but in Ukraine, Russia, in Europe, in the United States. And at some point, we coordinate all this, understand where there are certain problems and where there are certain manipulations. And so the situation in Pokrovsk is difficult. Look there, all their forces are there. You know that in this direction there is a concentration of 170,000 enemy forces. This is a lot. Really. And in the morning I talked to the commander-in-chief. There are no changes in Pokrovsk. There are Russians in Pokrovsk. We are destroying them little by little. Because we also need to protect our personnel. Just running is not good, and they come out from somewhere, from building, they're hiding there.
Mr. President, with your permission. When we speak about Pokrovsk, first of all we need to thank the armed forces of Ukraine and all the defense forces who work there very professionally and very devotedly. But let's start with the fact that the enemy first declared that they were about to take it 1 year and 3 months ago. During this time, they covered 7 kilometers. Very capable specialists in general military operations, the Russians, in quotes, of course, covered only 7 kilometers, but they lost tens of thousands as casualties. I won't even mention the wounded, but today everyone is there. The president tells you how powerful their formation is, yet it is being held back, and every day they're simply being ground down and sent to the slaughter.
Important point, excuse me. For example, our specialists say, and it's important that they provide analysis and show you from both sides. Then you can understand how difficult it is, but not only how difficult it is for us, how difficult it is for them. And this is important to understand. Then you will compare and understand the whole situation, not only its complexity, but what is happening there. For example, they dominate drones and drones control logistics. But at the same time, you must understand that we also dominate, on the other hand, drones and also block their logistics. And when we say that our guys, excuse me, at certain moments, in clear weather, well, we won't go into the details, march 5 to 10 kilometers, it happens. On foot. If there's heavy concentration of drones and the guys aren't supplied with equipment, then you need to look at that side and figure out where the Russians are coming on foot. You'll see that they go on foot about 25 to 30 kilometers. Therefore, you need to understand that there is a serious battle for Pokrovsk. They were tasked with taking Pokrovsk. Our Pokrovsk. This is the city to take, because they could not take Sumy, they could not take Kupiansk. They understand that they are going to lose Kupiansk. We're conducting a sweep. It is also not easy, but everything is already clear. Our forces came to the river and blocked them. They can no longer pass like this, even one by one, it is difficult. Therefore, it is clear that it is they who lose, it is they who lost. Dobropilya is absolutely clear. Zaporizhzhia is clear. They will fight for it and raise it as much as possible. Putin says he will go to Pokrovsk. Welcome, if he comes to Pokrovsk, everyone will applaud. We understand how it will end.
Mr. President, is there a threat of encirclement? And is the option being considered for our troops to be withdrawn from Pokrovsk and Verkhnyoturetsk to preserve personnel?
Today there is no encirclement of Pokrovsk. Our forces are in control of the situation. Of course, there is a tense situation with the enemy on all sides. Do you remember the situation with the Kursk operation? Do you remember, informationally, how it all was? A lot of different things. That we had 5 or 8,000 encircled, which was a lie. No one was encircled. The commanders, they are on the ground, they understand how to not allow encirclement. You can't. People are more important than anything. Everyone understands this. But we must know, they do not dominate there today. There are many of them. But to say that they are defeating Ukraine is not true.
There are days when SBU destroy more than 100 people. With video confirmation. I won't even mention the other things. Very large enemy forces are simply ground there, but they are sent there. This is the difference between our countries. They have the principle of, not a step back, as Stalin decided in 1943. There is a barrage with a machine gun, and there are no options, only forward. We, for our part, are working correctly, taking into account today all those principles, for which we are fighting, and all democratic values.